A strike at the letters and no balls and one strike. Hudson, a home run and 5 runs batted in. He has a mini 4-game hitting streak. 1 for 8 against Scherzer. Only Hudson and Hardy have faced Scherzer as the pitch is low and away, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Tigers in the field tonight, a little bit different alignment than last night. Cabrera at first again. At second is short Santiago, and at third Inge. In left is Bosch. In center, Jackson, and right Ordonez. And Avila catches. And here's a line drive, base hit into right field. A hit for Hudson. And the Twins will have a base runner with 1 out. And the batter's going to be Joe Mauer. And Orlando stretches that hitting streak to 5 games. He's batting .278 coming into the game from the left side. He is a switch hitter. .272 overall. 1 away, 1 on, and Mauer bats. Joe was 0 for 5 in the game last night, and his average dropping to .256. He's still on the leaderboard. Robinson Cano is the new American League leader in batting average at .389. Scott Podsednik has dropped to .371 and third. And the pitch to Mauer. A strike, and it is no balls and 1 strike to Joe Mauer. Joe with that .356 batting average. He is now 6th in the American League and is 4 points ahead of teammate Justin Morneau and just 1 point behind Miguel Cabrera, who is holding on Hudson at first base. A good lead for Hudson. And a strike is in, a delayed call from home plate umpire Gary Darling. But a pretty good-looking fastball. And it'll be 2 strikes a count to Joe Mauer. Mauer never faced Scherzer before. Only, as mentioned, Hudson and Hardy have faced him, and that was when Scherzer was with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hudson playing with the Dodgers, and Hardy playing with Milwaukee. Here is the 2-strike delivery now, and the pitch. Swing and a foul back to the netting, and the count remains at 2 strikes. One away, 1 on. Twins batting in the top of the first. Trying for their 15th win of the year. Only the Tampa Bay Rays have won more than the Twins. Tampa Bay is 15-5. They're playing Oakland again tonight at home at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. Go to first, just kind of a lob toss by Scherzer. And Hudson dives back safely. Dallas Brayton will pitch for Oakland against James Shields for Tampa Bay. Boy, the Rays off and running, 15-5. And the Major League's best record in the early goings. Now the 0-2 delivery. Here's the pitch. Mauer swings and lifts a fly to left. It's Pete. Backing off is Bosch. And at the track, he makes the catch to retire Joe Mauer. That ball carried. And Bosch carrying all the way to the warning track. Retreating to the track to make the catch. Mauer is the second out for the Twins. And stepping into bat now will be Jim Thome, who's batting in the cleanup spot. Justin Morneau in uniform tonight, but still being arrested with that stiff back. And Morneau not starting for the first time. He had played in 20. And the pitch. A strike. The fastball is in from Scherzer. And it's 0-1 the count to Thome. Thome 1 for 1 in the game last night. He had an infield single and 3 walks. And he scored one of the 2 runs for the Twins in the 2-0 win. Presently hitting at .257, 3 homers, 8 runs batted in. Scherzer ready, and here's the pitch. Missed outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield plays Thome deep, respecting his power. Thome, 60 home runs against Detroit Tiger pitching. Here's the set now by right-hander Scherzer, and a throw to first. Diving back safely is Orlando Hudson. Thome has hit 13 of those 60 against Detroit Tiger pitching here at Comerica. And Scherzer delivers a fastball wide. 2 balls and 1 strike. On deck, Michael Kadire. Twins are batting in the top of the first. There's no score. We're just underway. Twins with a base runner. Hudson at first with a 1-out single. Now 2 outs, and Thome bats. And the 2-1 delivery. Thome swings and drives one to deep left center field. This ball is gone. Touch them all, Jim Thome. And the Twins have a 2-0 lead. Thome has hit his 4th home run of the year. And Jim Thome parks one to the opposite field to left center. Boy, that was just kind of like a shot out of a cannon and carried over the left center field fence near the Twins bullpen. And the home run for Thome, his 568th of his career. He now trails Rafael Palmeiro by 1 and Harmon Killebrew by 5 for the next 2 spots on the pecking order of all-time home run hitters. Jim Thome is homered, and the Twins have a 2-0 lead. And here's Kadire to bat. 4th home run given up by Scherzer. Strike is in, and it'll be a count of 1 strike to Michael Kadire. 2-0, Twins are leading. And here is the pitch to Kadire, and a shot to short. 1 hop to Santiago, and on to first to retire Kadire. And that'll do it for the Twins. They're out in the 1st inning. But a good start for the Twins. 2 runs on 2 hits. And the 2 runs coming on Jim Thome's 4th home run of the year. And the Twins have the lead 2-0 after a half inning of play. The Tigers are coming to bat on your home for Twins baseball. Seventh inning for the Minnesota State Lottery 7th inning scratch, when you can call in and win great prizes like lottery scratch tickets. The Minnesota State Lottery, everyone is playing. Well, here's Scott Baker as he faces the Tigers in the bottom of the 1st. Austin Jackson will lead off against Baker. Baker making his 5th start of the year, 2 wins, 2 losses. And he delivers low, ball 1 to Austin Jackson. 0 for 3 in the game last night. Jackson with a home run and 6 runs batted in. Hitting at .314, and the pitch. Swings and drives into the gap in right center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Cut off nicely by Kadire. Jackson runs well, tries for 2. He's safe at second base. Oh, he just got in. Good play by Kadire. By Jason Kubel. Kadire's at first base. Kubel in right field. He tracked it down. And Kubel made a strong throw to second base, right on target to Hardy. And Jackson just got in.
Yeah, Kubel made a nice play to get to that ball, and he took his time just a little bit just to get his feet underneath him and made a good, strong throw. But I was watching Jackson come around first base, and he did not hesitate. He had his head down, and he runs. They say he has world-class speed, and that's why they like him out here in this big ballpark to patrol center field.
Left-handed hitting Johnny Damon will bat. Damon stepping in with a 14-game hitting streak. And presently hitting at .329. No home runs, 8 runs batted in. Damon is the DH tonight. And he takes a pitch low from Baker, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Curtis Granderson, I'm sorry, John. Granderson was a nice defensive player that they had here. They felt that this young kid here that is a little bit better in getting breaks on him, because they felt Curtis Granderson some bad routes, cost him some ball games late last season. And they felt they're an upgrade with Jackson in center field defensively.
And the pitch is wide, and it'll be 3 balls and no strikes. Would it be safe to say that Jackson's got an upside?
Whew.
Yeah. You know, that maybe Curtis Granderson, you know, I'm not going to say Granderson doesn't have an upside, but Granderson's been around for a while.
I think he topped out. You knew what you were getting defensively with Granderson with this kid here. They could compare him to defensively to Torrey Hunter.
Wow. Yeah, Al Kaline was quoted as saying that potentially Austin Jackson could be a superstar.
Big leader in hits, so he's a table setter, John, and they felt that Curtis Granderson had trouble with left-handed hitters, and they felt that they had to make an adjustment there.
Baker ready now, and a 3-1 delivery to Damon. Swings and bounces one on the right side. Knocked down by Hudson. Throws to first, but they don't get him. And an infield hit for Johnny Damon. Good play by Hudson. In the outfield grass, he dove, knocked the ball down, came up with a throw to first baseman Kadire, but it didn't get there in time, and Jackson reaches third.
A good play, John, because if it gets by Hudson, then the run scores easily. So still first and third, and not a good start for Scott Baker. You're hoping the other team gets you 2 runs, you come out there and have kind of a quick inning and get their guys back out on the field.
Well, Baker now faces Maglio Ordonez with runners at first and third and nobody out. hits by Jackson and Damon. A double by Jackson and an infield single by Damon. And the pitch to Ordonez is high, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. 0 for 4 in the game last night. Ordonez hitting at .278. He has 4 home runs and 14 runs batted in. Against Scott Baker, he is 19 for 42, and 2 of his 19 hits are homers. And the pitch. Line drive, base hit center field. Boy, he nearly took the cap off of Scott Baker. Jackson scores. It's a 2-1 game. Stopping at second is Damon. And boy, that was a hard-hit ball. Line right past the cap of Scott Baker at the pitcher's mound. And an RBI for Ordonez, his 15th of the year. So 3 hits in a row for the Tigers. And now here is Miguel Cabrera to bat, who leads the American League in runs batted in with 24. He has 10 doubles and 5 home runs. 1 for 4 in the game last night. Where the Twins have been double happy, the same for the Tigers. They have a double or more now in 17 straight games. And a pitch to Cabrera, and a bounce at a third, a fair ball. Hughes has it, throws to second out there. Relay to first in a double play. Nice play by Luke Hughes in his first play in Major League play. Hughes is making his Major League debut here tonight. Backhanded a sharply hit ground ball down the third baseline and gave a pretty good feed to Orlando Hudson at second base. It was a bit low, but Hudson handled it. Relayed on to first for the completion of the double play. Now at third base is Johnny Damon. There are 2 down, and the batter is going to be Brennan Bush. And Bush steps in with a .250 batting average, hits the very first pitch to Kadire at first. Michael backhands the ball and then flips it to Baker, covering at the bag, and that'll retire the Tigers here. They're out in the first inning, but they pick up 1 run on 3 hits, and they leave 1. And at the end of an inning of play, Minnesota 2 and Detroit 1 on your home for Twins baseball. Well, some runs in the first, 2 for the Twins, 1 for the Tigers. It's 2-1 as the Twins come to bat against Max Scherzer. Tigers get a run on 3 hits, and they leave 1. Well, the Twins pick up 2 runs on 2 hits, and the 2 runs coming in, the 2-run homer by Jim Thome. And the leadoff batter for the Twins now is going to be Jason Kubel to start things here in the second inning. Kubel hitting just .177. He has 2 homers and 8 runs batted in. And he looks at a strike and then a ball, and it's 1-1 the count to Kubel, who's batting in the number 6 spot in the Twins order tonight. He'll be followed by Delman Young and then J.J. Hardy. 2-1, the Twins are leading, and the pitch to Kubel. He swings and drills one through the right side, and the Twins have their 3rd hit of the game, a leadoff single by Jason Kubel. Welcome back to the Treasure Island Baseball Network. Treasure Island is proud to be a founding partner of Target Field. Whether you want to stay, play, or dine, the island is calling. Here's Delman Young. Delman came into the game last night when Justin Morneau was forced to leave with that sore back. And Delman batted twice, and he walked twice. And the pitch to Delman is up high and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. So Delman's average stays the same. He's hitting at .245. 2 homers and 9 runs batted in. Facing Max Scherzer, born in St. Louis, Missouri. Here's the set now by the right-hander, and a pitch and a swing and a foul to the mitt of catcher of 1 strike. Two to 1, Twins are leading and batting in the second. Kubel is at first base for the leadoff single, and there's a ground ball foul down the third baseline. And Kubel back to the bag at first, and Young back to the plate at a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tomorrow afternoon, the series finale, and it will be Carl Pavano against Dontrell Willis. Twins and Tigers in the final game of the 3-game series. Now the set and the 1 ball, 2 strike delivery, swinging a foul. Delman on an off-speed pitch just got a piece of it and fouled it back. Delman's brother Dimitri, who is a former Detroit Tiger, has been here. Dimitri is going to be executive for is it a wooden bat league, or is it just a independent baseball? Maybe not wood bat, but he will be the general manager and vice president of the team.
He owns the team.
Yeah.
It's a wood bat league, John.
It
is?
He
bought the team. It's professional guys that either didn't get an opportunity to sign pro contracts or guys that have played pro and no longer are with an organization.
And the team will be here in Oakland, Michigan, which is a suburb of Detroit. Pitch to Delman, swinging a ground ball to third. Inge has it. Second one. No relay to first. That was not a made-to-order double play ball, and Inge had to wait on it. But he does get the lead runner, Kubel, as he fired to Rayburn at second base. And with one out and one on, the number 8 hitter in the order will be J.J. Hardy.
He brought one of his the kids that is on his team with him, and benefited from coming down and talking to some of the guys and watching how the big leaguers take batting practice.
Yeah, he said he's going down to Avon Park, Ohio next week for what will be a league draft, and they will try out some players and draft them for the start of their independent league, which I would imagine will probably get underway maybe in May or June. He's quite excited about the venture and is looking forward to running the ball club. J.J. bats, and here's the pitch to him, and it's low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. J.J. Hardy at a .216 batting average, 16 for 74, 3 home runs, and 9 runs batted in. 1 for 4 against Scherzer. He faced him when he was playing with the Milwaukee Brewers. Now the set. There goes the runner, Delman Young, swinging a little tap, hit on the right side, played by Scherzer. Underhand flip to first baseman Cabrera to retire J.J. Hardy. On to second, and the Twins will have Young at second, and Luke Hughes will make his Major League at-bat debut here as he's the number 9 hitter in the order for the Twins. 1-3 the scoring on the outplay at first base. Luke Hughes, who was playing at Rochester when he was just recently called up. And Hughes getting his first playing time. He had his first play in the field to start that double play ball in the bottom of the first inning. And he'll take a pitch inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Hughes had played in 12 games with the Red Wings, hitting .267, no homers, 5 runs batted in. Hughes in spring training with the Twins. 2 years ago, Hughes hit 15 home runs when he was playing with the New Britain Rockettes. Swings and fouls, and it'll be a count of 1 ball and 1 strike to Luke Hughes. He had a very hot month of April. He was chosen as the Twins Player of the Month, the Eastern League Player of the Month. And during the month of April, he was also chosen as the Twins Player of the Week and the Eastern League Player of the Week. Here's the pitch to Hughes, and it's just wide. 2 balls and 1 strike. Luke was out for a while last year with an oblique injury. He was playing third base for the Red Wings when he went out with the injury. When he was healthy enough to come back, Danny Valencia had moved from New Britain to Rochester and had taken over Hughes' spot at third base. Hughes went to Double-A. There goes the runner. Throw to third. They got him at third base. And out stealing is Delman Young, and the Twins are down here in the top half of the second inning. That's a 2-5 scoring play to retire Delman Young, trying to steal third base. So the Twins are out. Nobody left on at the end of an inning and a half. It's 2-1 Minnesota on your home for Twins baseball. Game as the Twins lead by a run, and the Tigers bat in the bottom of the second. Don't miss your chance to experience an outing with your group during the inaugural season at Target Field. Whether it's an employee outing to entertain clients or celebrate with family and friends, choose the ultimate fan experience. Call 612-375-74 for more information. Delman Young caught stealing to end the Twins' top of the second. Here are the Tigers batting. with Brandon Inge to lead off. He'll be followed by Ryan Rayburn and then Alex Avila. And Baker pitches, and it's high, 1 ball and no strikes. Inge last night, he ended the game with a strikeout. John Roush picking up his 7th save. He was 0 for 4. He's 6 for 35 against Baker. And he swings through an off-speed breaking pitch, 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-1, the Twins are leading, and the Twins with 3 hits, the Tigers with 3. And Baker right back in the pitch, off speed, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 the count to right-handed hitting Brandon Inge. 2 homers, 11 runs batted in. Inge, a right-handed hitter, stands fairly close to the back of the batter's box, and he swings and misses. Baker with an 87-mile-an-hour slider and a lot of breaking pitches for Brandon Inge, and he goes down on 4 pitches, and Baker gets his first strikeout of the game. Your local Kubota dealer takes us down on the farm. Michael McCardle went the distance in the Rockcats' loss on Tuesday. McCardle collected 5 strikeouts, pitched 7 innings, allowing 2 runs on 5 hits. Stop in at your local Kubota dealer at Arnold's of Glencoe on Highway 12 West in Glencoe, or Bobcat of Duluth on Arrowhead Road in Duluth. Twins minor league teams, well, they took it on the chin last night. They went 0 for 5. New Britain losing a doubleheader. Rochester, Fort Myers, and Beloit all losing. Here's Ryan Rayburn to bat. Rayburn stepping in with a .212 batting average, 7 for 33. He's playing at second base tonight. Last night he played in left field. And the pitch. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Rayburn 2 for 3 against Baker. Baker is making his 18th start against the Detroit Tigers. Here at Comerica Park, he is 3-1, 1-0 last year, and 1-1 in 5 starts against the Tigers last season. This is with a ball pitch and 2-1 in the count to Rayburn. Alex Avila waiting to hit next. Tigers in the second. They trail 2-1 in the pitch. Fouled off to the right and out of play, and it's 2-2 the count to the right-handed hitting second baseman. Tigers are just home for 6 days. They went on the road for 11 consecutive games. Now they're home for 6. Playing the Twins 3 and the Los Angeles Angels 3, and then they start another road trip with the Twins at Target Field next Monday. Just off the outside corner in a full count of 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tigers down in the second, and here is Baker's payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a fastball. Up and in. Baker's 94-mile-an-hour fastball retires Ryan Rayburn. 2 strikeouts in a row for Baker. 2 up and 2 down for the Tigers here in the second inning. And now Alex Avila, the catcher, will bat. Avila has never faced Baker before. He's played in just 10 games. 3 hits and 28 at-bats. And Avila from the left side against Scott Baker, and the pitch. High. 1-0 the count to Avila. Baker ready now. Baker 15-9 last year. And here's the pitch. Swung on and hit in the air, foul off to the left. It'll be back into the seats, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Baker now in 116 games and 110 starts, 45-35 in his career with the Minnesota Twins. Number 2 draft pick for the Twins out of Oklahoma State. And here is the 1-1 delivery, and Baker delivers low, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
He mentioned last night about his dad as the assistant general manager.
Yeah.
In the front office of the Tigers. And I believe it was last year that he came up. John made his major league debut against the Twins.
Hit a home run.
He did.
Pitch to Avila is down low, and Baker drops behind now at 3 balls and 1 strike. Avila and Carol Laird, I'm not going to say they'll split the catching chores, but Tigers like Avila. They think he's an outstanding prospect, and it'll be a good for him. And here's the pitch high, and Baker delivers his first walk of the game. 5-pitch walk for Avila. He'll reach with 2 down. And now the batter is going to be the number 9 hitter, Ramon Santiago.
If Laird doesn't start getting going offensively, John, then you're going to see more of this Laird guy catching. They think he's a better catch-throw guy. He's thrown out a few base runners so far, but they feel Laird was going to bring a little more with the offense, and just not the case so far earlier in the season.
Yeah, they like Avila. They think he could be a guy that could be the catcher of the future for the organization. Here's the pitch now to Santiago, and a strike is in, an off-speed pitch. And 0-1 to Santiago. He was 0 for 3 in the game last night, hitting at .310. 16 games. He has 13 hits and 47 at-bats. The Tigers are second in the league in batting with a .275 batting average. And the pitch. Line drive, base hit to the left side of the infield. Right past Hardy and Hughes. So Santiago has the Tigers' 4th hit of the game. And they'll have runners at first and second with 2 outs. And here's Austin Jackson, who doubled to the gap in right center in his first at-bat, stepping in with 2 on for Detroit.
Oh, good little piece of hitting right there. You had Hughes, a third baseman, way in at third base and just kind of slapped it right by him and quickly got into the outfield.
Jackson steps in facing the right-hander Baker. The lead runner at second is Avila. Behind at first is Santiago. And the pitch. A slider misses low and away, and a count of 1 ball. So Baker works with 2 on and 2 out. And here's the set by Baker, the pitch. Wide again. 2-0 the count. Gene Lamont, the third base coach for the Detroit Tigers, shouting on instructions to lead runner Avila. Tom Brookins is the first base coach for the Tigers. Brookins last year was the manager at Erie in AA, and he replaces Andy Van Slyke. Now the set by right-hander Baker. A big pitch here, and a swing and a foul. Jackson with a good cut, but he fouled it back in 2-1.
Now, Brookins was a long-time Detroit Tiger.
Yes, he was.
Third baseman?
Yep, very good player. And I tell you, I remember talking to Jack Morris about Tom Brookins. He thinks he's got the potential to be a big league manager.
Yes, he does. Watched him throw batting practice here today to some of the Tiger players.
Well, Baker leans in for the sign from his catcher, Maurer. He's ready now, and here is the 2-1 delivery to Jackson. He swings and hits a ground ball to short, and it's handled by Hardy over to Hudson for the force on Santiago, and that'll retire the Tigers here in the second inning. For Detroit, no runs, 2. And at the end of 2 innings of play, it's 2-1 Minnesota on your home for Twins baseball. Continental Diamond Around the Diamond contest. If the Twins hit a home run here in the third inning, a fan will win a $250 gift certificate to Continental Diamond in St. Louis Park. Our contestant tonight, Diane Johnson of Cottage Grove. To register, visit ContinentalDiamond.com. Luke Hughes, who was at the plate when Delman Young was thrown out at third base trying to steal, leads off for the Twins. And the first pitch to Hughes is inside and 1 ball. Well, there's a big contingent in Perth, Australia, watching the game this morning in Perth. 12 hours ahead of the time here. Luke was saying that with the game being on national television, actually worldwide television on ESPN, the folks in Perth are huddled around the TV sets and watching the Australian native Luke Hughes bat for the Twins. He fouls it back, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. I asked Luke if any of his family was going to be able to come and watch him play, and he said he doubted it. Quite a flight from Australia to the United States. And the pitch will pop up. Foul ground. Chased by Avila near the Twins dugout. Out of play. This one hits in the dugout and bounces away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. First major league at bat for Luke Hughes as he leads off for the Twins here in the third inning. 2-1. The Twins are leading. A 2-run homer by Jim Thome in the first, with teammate Orlando Hudson aboard, giving the Twins a 2-0 lead. And the Tigers got a run back in the bottom of the first, and it's 2-1. As the pitch to Hughes, he swings and drives one to right field. Well hit. Ordonez back, and it is gone. Touch of all, Luke Hughes. the 9th player in the history of the Minnesota Twins to hit a home run in his first major league at bat. How about that? A home run for Luke Hughes, and the Twins have a 3-1 smile on that Australian's face. Whoa, boy. Get that ball back to the Twins dugout as it was thrown back. Oh, Ordonez feeds it back to the stands. Should have thrown it back, and let's see if Ordonez can get it. He's calling time now, and he's going to try to get the ball from the fan. And they'd have thrown it back good, and they will get it back to the Twins dugout. Well, here's the list. Rick Rennick, Dave McKay, Gary Gaetti, and Andre David are the 4 that have hit a home run in their first at-bat in the major leagues for the Minnesota Twins. And he will join Luke Hughes, also Hal Hadel, Eric Soderholm, Ken Herbeck, and Timmy Laudner hitting a home run in his first game as a major leaguer. The 5th player to do it in his first at-bat, and the 9th player to do it in his first game. He's in the Twins media guide.
I wish I was in Perth, Australia right now.
I tell you, they are celebrating.
Boy,
I'm dancing in the streets in Perth. Here's the 0-1 to Denard Span in a line drive off the mound, fielded by shortstop Santiago, and he throws out Denard Span for out number 1 here in the top half of the 3rd inning. 3-1, the Twins are leading. Hughes has hit the 22nd home run. Andre David hit that home run off of Jack Morris here in Detroit at Old Tiger Stadium. And, of course, Luke Hughes has done it here at Comerica Park. Interesting story on Jack Morris. He was the answer to a trivia question on MLB TV earlier today. Ubaldo Jimenez won last night for the Colorado Rockies to go 5-0 in the month of April. Hudson is inside, 2
with
balls,
a no-hitter.
2 strikes, with a no-hitter. And the only other pitcher to do that was Jack Morris in that year that he pitched his no-no.
In 1984, I believe it was.
He won 5 games in the month of April, the only 2 that have ever done it. I'm pretty sure that Ubaldo Jimenez has wrapped up pitcher of the month in the National League. Tim Lincecum, who was vying for the honor, pitched today for the San Francisco Giants. He did not figure in the final decision in a 11-inning game that the Giants were playing with the Phillies, although Lincecum, in 8 innings of pitching, leaving the game with a lead of 4-1, had struck out 11 and walked only 1. And the Giant bullpen could not hold the Phillies down, and they tied the game in the top of the 9th. Swinging a little tap foul down the first baseline, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Twins now lead at 3-1. Providing the runs for the Twins this evening, a 2-run homer by Thome in the first inning, and a solo homer by Luke Hughes. Here to start the top of the 3rd inning. He hit it to the opposite field. It carried just over the wall in right field, and the homer gives the Twins the lead. Here's a little fly ball into center field, and a dive catch by Austin Jackson. Takes a hit away from Orlando Hudson. Quite a play by Jackson. He got a good break. And hustling in, he dove for the ball and came up with a catch. And that will retire Hudson. 2 down for the Twins here in the 3rd inning. Austin Jackson takes a hit away from Orlando Hudson. And now the batter is going to be Joe Mauer. And Mauer steps in. He's 0 for 1 tonight with a fly out to deep left. He'll take a strike, and it's 0-1. Scherzer pitches for the Tigers as he faces Mauer here in the 3rd in the pitch. Mauer with a tap foul down the first baseline, fielded by Cabrera, but in foul territory. 2 strikes. So the Twins with a 2-run, 3-1 lead. And Scherzer facing Mauer. And here is the 0-2 delivery in the pitch. Ooh, Maurer with a good swing, and he fouls it back. And the count still holding. No balls and 2 strikes. Scherzer ready now as he faces Maurer in the pitch. Down low and in. And 1-2. Three to 1, the Twins are leading. The infield pulled around to the right for the left-handed hitting Maurer. And here is the 1-2 delivery. Maurer swings and fouls down the left field line. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Santiago, the shortstop, nearly over on the right side of the infield. Not exactly behind second base, but pretty close to being behind second. And Hinge pretty much all alone on the left side. Here is Scherzer now with the 1-2 delivery. Maurer swings and fouls back. And Maurer, the good at bat, at 1-2. Interestingly, and we talked a little bit about this last night, the infield is pulled around to the right for the left-handed hitter. The outfield is shaded to the left, as Austin Jackson in center field is more center than he is toward right center.
You know, we've seen all kinds of different teams the way they defense Maurer.
It's been a tough assignment, and Maurer takes a pitch high. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Again, I remember I came up in the National League. They had Tony Gwynn over there that was winning all those batting titles, and every time we'd have our meetings, how are we going to play Tony Gwynn? And it was almost like it was different each time we played him. And finally, Roger Craig said, hey, he's going to get his 200 hits, all right? Let's just play him straight up.
You know, and that's probably the most sense of all, isn't it, right?
Yes. Let's not try to trick anybody.
Yeah.
He's going to get his hits.
Another foul by Maurer, and count still holding at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, but when you show up to the ballpark, John, we see it. They have so many people that keep tabs and stats and, you know, where does he hit it on this count? Where does he hit it on that count? And then they try to play those percentages.
2-2 delivery. Maurer swings and fouls back again. I saw a note in the paper today where Maurer swings at just
the first pitch of the
9% of the time he'll swing at the first pitch. You know, so out of 100 pitches to Maurer and the first pitches to him, he will swing at it 10 times, roughly 10 times. And the pitch. Maurer again with a foul. Boy, this is a good at bat for Joe. He's waiting for his pitch here.
Well, if I'm a fan coming to the ballpark, I want to know if the Twins got 6 left-handers in the lineup, then I want to buy a ticket over by the third base side. I'm going to get all the foul balls over there.
You got it. Check the lineup before the game starts. Maurer, this will be the 10th pitch by Scherzer to Joe Maurer as he battles 2-2, and here's the delivery. Maurer swings and gets another foul. This one hit down the left field line. And now the 11th pitch coming from the right-hander Scherzer.
Now here's where you break the rhythm of the pitcher right now, and that's Avila that go out and talk to him. And I'm not sure, John. I always think that when you do that, you break the rhythm, bad things are going to happen. So let's see if something good's going to hear with Maurer.
Jim Thome on deck as the Twins bat here in the top of the third. A leadoff home run by Luke Hughes in his first major league at bat. And the Twins have a 3-1 lead. Here's the pitch to Maurer. Swings and drives a base hit past shortstop Santiago into left center. And Maurer is on with the Twins' second hit of the inning and 5th of the game. A 2-out single, and Jim Thome will bat. Well, had Santiago been playing in his regular spot, he would have caught that ball, and the Tigers would have been in the dugout. So Thome will step in. Thome with a home run in his first at bat, a 2-run homer. Hit it over the left center field wall and had teammate Orlando Hudson aboard for a 2-0 Twins lead. Tigers got to run back to the first. But the Twins add to the lead with a home run by Luke Hughes here in the top of the third, and now lead at 3-1. Jim Thome, strike one. Thome in his familiar cleanup spot with the absence of Justin Morneau. And Thome batting fourth on the pitch. Swings and fouls. 2 strikes to count. Well, Maurer seeing 11 pitches in the at-bat and finally getting the base hit. will be the 26th pitch of the third inning for Max Scherzer. And the pitch. It's low, and it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Twins lead 3-1. Twins trying for a victory tonight that would clinch their 7th consecutive series win. Winning the game last night. This being a 3-game series, a win for the Twins. They would have the series win and have an opportunity for a sweep in tomorrow's game. Pitch just missed off the outside corner. Avila holding the catcher's mitt, hoping that Darling would maybe change his mind and make a delayed call. 2-2 the count to Thome. Interestingly, the Twins in the last 6-5 series, they have won the first game of all 5 of those series. And the pitch. It's low, and a full count now, 3-2. And in 4 of the 5 series, the Twins have won the first 2 games. Only the series against the Red Sox, they won the first, lost the second, and then won the third. Now the set by right-hander Scherzer. The pitch, there goes the runner, and a swing and a miss by Thome and an off-speed pitch. A strikeout for Scherzer, and that will be his 2nd of the game. That retires Thome and the Twins in the third at the end of 2.5. The inning highlighted by Luke Hughes. Big at bat, and he hits a home run. And the Twins lead it 3-1 after 2.5. And you're listening to Twins Baseball. Well, Scott Baker will face the Tigers in the bottom of the third. The Twins are leading 3-1. Johnny Damon will lead off for Detroit. Here's what's happening on this date in Twins history, brought to you by August Shell Hop-Fen Malts, August 28, 1985. After going 5 for 5 the day before, Mickey Hatcher picks up hits in his first 4 at-bats, tying the team record for 9 consecutive hits. Austin Shell Hop-Fen Malts, August Shell's 150th anniversary brew. Happy 150th birthday, August Shell. Johnny Damon, 1 ball and 1 strike to start the third. Baker with a 2-run lead. Damon with a hit, an infield single in his first at bat, and he'll take a strike, and it'll be 1-2. Baker with 32 pitches in his first 2 innings. 11 in the first, 21 in the second. He faced 5 batters in the second inning, but did not give up a run. Their run in the first inning. Swing and a miss by Johnny Damon. Boy, went after an off-speed breaking pitch. Strikeout for Scott Baker. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Twins Baseball. Third strikeout of the game for Scott Baker as he fans Johnny Damon to lead off the third. Twins leading here 3-1. Here's Maglio Ordonez, and the first pitch to Ordonez is a ball. Baker comes right back, and here's the pitch. Missed with a slider and 2 balls and no strikes. Baker's last start was against Cleveland on the 22nd. That was last Thursday, a day game at Target Field. He went 5 2/3 innings, gave up 10 hits, and took the loss. Left the game trailing 8-1, and the Indians won at 8-1. Here's a line drive down the right field line. Past Kubel and all the way to the wall. Here's Ordonez on his way to second base. Kubel stole field. Not in time to retire Ordonez. He'll show up at second with a 1-out double. That'll be the 5th hit of the game for the Tigers, and their second double. So the Tigers now have a double or more in 16 straight games, and they have 58 doubles in April. That is a new team record for most doubles in the first month of the season. Maglio Ordonez 2 for 2. And here is Miguel Cabrera to bat. Cabrera bounced to a double play, and he'll take a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. 3-1, the Twins are leading. Hits are even at 5 apiece. There are no errors. Twins played errorless ball again last night. 19 of their 21 games, they've not made an error. Ground ball to third. Hughes has it. Looks back Ordonez to the bag at second base and fires a strike to Kadire at first. And Cabrera's out on a 5-3 scoring play. 2 down for the Tigers, and the batter is going to be Brennan Bosch. Bosch, B-O-E-S-C-H, left-handed hitter. He's got power, but also strikes out a lot. And he steps in to face Baker after he bounced out to first baseman Kadire in his first at-bat. Here's the set by right-handed Baker, and the pitch. Strike, a fastball on the outside corner, and 0-1. Boy, much nicer tonight than last night. Temperature reading last night in the late innings of the game was down to 41 degrees. Here tonight it's 58 degrees as the Tigers third. Here's the 0-1 delivery now, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. A big cut by Bosch, but he didn't get it, and it's 0-2. Baker humping up just a little bit on that pitch, a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Ordonez with a one-out double, but he's still at second as Cabrera bounced out third to first. Now the set. Baker checks that runner, Ordonez. Here's the pitch to Bosch, and he swings and fouls it back, and it's still 2 strikes. See where our good friend Juan Rincon is back in the big leagues. Called up from Colorado Springs to the Colorado Rockies. Juan hanging in there after being let go by the Twins. He had a little stint with the Cleveland Indians, and now he is in the Rockies organization, and he's back in the big leagues. Here's the pitch. Uh-oh, gets away. Chasing it down, and on his way to third is Maglio Ordonez. That'll be ball 1 to Bosch. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes, and a wild pitch charged to Scott Baker. Second wild pitch for Scott this year.
Well, the Twins pitching staff, John, is only just 4. That's the 5th one, the fewest in the big leagues, but a lot of that has to do with the catcher behind the plate.
Yes,
Mauer just tried to, I think I caught Joe off guard there a little bit. He wasn't anticipating that, and just tried to backhand it like an infielder.
Baker's pitch popped up. It looks like it'll reach the seats, and it will. It's back behind the Twins dugout and fading away about 20 rows up, and the count remains at 1-2. Start before the loss to Cleveland. Baker probably pitched his best game of the year, 7 innings against Kansas City. He gave up 7 hits and 2 runs, didn't walk a man, and he struck out 6. And prior to that, he had won against the White Sox, going 7 innings, giving up 5 hits and 1 run. He's 2-2 on the year, and Baker ready now as he delivers, and Bosch with a check swing foul. Back behind home plate, and the count remains at 1-2. Outfield straight away for Bosch, the left-handed hitting cleanup hitter, or number 5 hitter, and playing in left field. Here's the set by Baker, and the 1-2 delivery, and a tap to short, fielded by Hardy, throws on to first. They got him by a step, and that'll retire Bosch and the Tigers in the 3rd inning. Detroit leads 1, no runs and 1 hit, and 1 left on at third base. At the end of 3, Twins are leading 3-1 on your home for Twins baseball. Congratulations to Diane Johnson of Cottage Grove. She won the Around the Diamond contest for Continental Diamond, a $250 gift certificate on Luke Hughes' home run. This portion of Twins baseball brought to you by your select Heartland Chevy dealers. See your Chevy dealer or log on to ChevyDealOnline.com. Here we go to the 4th, and here's Danny.
Oh, thanks, John. First pitch swinging is Michael Kadire, and he laces this ball into deep center field. The center fielder Jackson cannot come up with it, and he's going to play it off the wall. So Michael Kadire picks up a base hit. He was 0 for 9 before that double right there. So a leadoff double. The batter is going to be Jason Kubel. Kubel 1 for 1 on the night. Kadire's 5th double of the year. That ball was scalded to straightaway center field. Scherzer tonight has given up 3 runs on 6 hits. 1 run, 5 hits for the Detroit Tigers. So Kubel's going to try to get Kadire over to third base or drive him in. Delman Young due up next. A little slight pull for the infield. Pitch is in there for a strike. Delayed call by home plate umpire Gary Darling. He's the crew chief. Mike Estabrook at first base. Bruce Dreckman, umpire at second base, and Paul Emil was the umpire at third base. He was the home plate umpire that ejected Denard Span in last night's ballgame. Scherzer checks the runner at second, delivers. Line drive left field. No chance for the left fielder to come up with it. Bosch. Kadyr's being waved around third. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it is not in time. Kubel to second, and the Twins lead 4-1. Boy, kind of a late developing play, and the Kadyr off and running, and no chance. Didn't think, but the left fielder came up. Bosch with a nice, strong throw. Well, Scotty Olger again really was just verbally telling Kadyr, you've got to go, on the late slide at home by Kadyr. So Kubel pick up an RBI, his 9th of the year, and Delman Young bats.
That was a pretty good throw, huh?
Yeah, he came up and he made a on-target one hop right to the catcher. And it looked like Avila was just kind of standing there like there was going to be no throw at all. Pitch up and in. Moves Delman Young off the plate. But Scotty, he didn't even usually, he gets that right arm waving to send a runner. One ball, no strikes. Delman Young bats. Delman waits on a fielder's choice. Pitches up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. With 1 out, Delman at second base. At first base. Made it to third on the ground out by J.J. Hardy. And then Delman was caught trying to steal third base with 2 down. 2-0 pitch, fouled straight back. Good cut. Delman Young at 245, 2 home runs. He's driven in 9 on the year. Got in the ball game last night when Denard Span was ejected from the ball game. Didn't really argue a call. He just did a hand gesture to the home plate umpire Paul Emil. And Emil, he quickly ejected him out of the ball game. Line drive, center field. Kubel's coming around third, and he's going to be held up to throw back into the infield. So Delman Young picks up a solid base hit. Twins have something cooking here. First and third, nobody out, 1 run in.
A little bit earlier, Danny, that base hit by the Twins' Joe Mauer means that Ross Roby will be back to play the Cub Foods $100,000 hot streak again tomorrow. And Ross will win a daily prize. Streak is at 1 game. You can register to play at your local participating Cub Foods. Make sure to purchase your Crunch and Munch and Orville Redenbachers at Cub Foods.
Well, Rick Knapp going to make a trip out to the mound, and this trip to the mound is presented by Quick Trip. No fee at ATM from Quick Trip, because $20 shouldn't cost you $21.50. This is the same as last night's ball game. You're looking up there in the top of the 4th inning. Scherzer had 71 pitches. And Jim Leyland talked a little bit about it last night with Verlander. And he said, if I look up there and I've got a pitcher with 100 pitches in 5 innings, I've got to take him out of the ball game. And they've got a left-hander warming up in the bullpen now, but it's 71 pitches here with nobody out. First and third, and the Twins are trying to blow this ball game open. They lead 4-1. Scherzer, the right-hander, sets and delivers to Hardy. Pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Hardy just 4 for his last 30 in his last 8 ball games. Well, Luke Hughes in the on-deck circle, hero so far. First at bat, opposite field home run in his major league debut. A little fake to third, throw to first, pickoff move, but Delman Young's not running. Twins got 2 in the top of the first. They added 1 in the solo shot leading off the top of the third. They've added 1 here in the top of the 4th. Pitch to Hardy, swung on and missed. Pops out of the glove of Avila. No chance for the runner Young at first to advance. So Hardy's in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Now Scherzer acquired by the Tigers along with another player. For Edwin Jackson went to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Little tapper, old foul. Scotty Olger will pick it up. This kid here was a #1 draft pick for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Originally selected by the St. Louis Cardinals in the 03 draft, but did not sign. Started 30 games for Arizona, going 9-11. Gave him 170 innings. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch, strike 3 looking. Boy, Hardy jumped back, thought that ball was inside. Big strikeout for Scherzer. He picks up his 3rd here tonight. Luke Hughes steps to the plate. Hughes with a opposite field home run in his first big league at bat. They did get the ball back for him. We're watching the monitor, they're showing the highlight, and he's just holding back from smiling, but once he crossed home plate and got in the dugout, a lot of high fives by these Twins players. Pitch is in there for a strike. Each time a Twins pitcher breaks an opposing player's bat, Minnesota State Parks and Trails will plant 100 trees in one of the state parks and recreation areas or along one of the 17 Minnesota State Trails. For more on this program, visit mndnr.gov. Young at first, 1 out. Popped up right side, foul territory. Cabrera, Avila in front of the Twins dugout. Avila staggers, and he's going to have room, and he puts it away. So Hughes pops up in foul territory. Boy, tough play for the catcher, and Denard Span had to get out of the way, but Avila sidestepping a couple bats in the on-deck circle. Rosin bags. Pine tar rag, and it came up at the play, so it'll be up to Denard Span with 2 down, 1st and 3rd. Denard tonight 0 for 2. Was 1 for 4 in last night's ball game. The right-hander sets and delivers. Slide. Denard, after the ball game last night, after being ejected, liked what he said, that it's usually not him. He doesn't want the kids to see him act like that. Promised he would not happen again. Went into the umpire's locker room and apologized. No balls and a strike. 1st and 3rd. 1 run in. Twins lead 4-1. Pitch right down the heart of the plate. So Denard in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Young with a good lead at first base. Well, Denard on the road trip so far, just 3 for 22. And the 0-2 pitch just outside. Whoa. Kubel's a runner at 3rd. Delman Young's a runner at 1st. The inning started with a double off the bat of Michael Kadire, straightaway center field. He scored on a Jason Kubel base hit. Right-handers, sets and delivers. There's a base hit left field. Solid knock by Denard Span. Kubel will score. Now the Twins lead 5-1. Boy, just stuck his bat out and laced it into left field. Good piece of hitting for Denard Span. Denard picks up his 8th RBI, and the mound of the batter is going to be Orlando Hudson. Hudson is 1 for 2 this evening. Scherzer at 81 pitches. They got activity in the bullpen for the Tigers. Off-speed pitch drops in there for a strike. They talked about a scouting report in Scherzer and that he's kind of a sidearm slinger. It looks like he's coming over the top, but he's really kind of throwing low 3/4, almost sidearm. Right-hander looks in and gets a sign. Checks the runner. Young at 2nd and delivers in the dirt. Ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Scherzer has not had a 1-2-3 inning so far tonight. He has not walked a batter. Last night, the Tigers pitchers in the ballgame walked 7. And the 1-1 pitch. Line drive, base hit right field. Delman Young's being waved around third. The throw to the plate by Ardell. Not in time. Young scores, and the Twins now lead 6-1. Boy, just pouring it on as Scherzer is getting rocked here. And that's it for Scherzer, as Jim Leland's going to pop out of the dugout, and he's going to go to the bullpen. This call to the bullpen is on the Treasure Island Baseball Network. That is going to be former Twin left-hander Brad Thomas pitching for the Detroit Tigers. 3 2/3 of an inning for Max Scherzer. Gave up 10 hits so far, 6 runs. Did not walk a batter. And he had 3 punch-outs. First batter that Thomas will face will be the catcher, Joe Mauer. Thomas, this is his 6th appearance. He did start 1 ball game, ERA way up there at 8.44. In 10 innings, he's given up 16 hits, 10 runs all earned. Comes here in a jam with first and third. Here's the pitch to Mauer, and it's in there for a strike. Now Thomas, 2005 and 6, played in Japan for the Nippon Ham Fighters. Also played at AAA Tacoma, slow curve outside and low. 2004, remember Brad Thomas making the opening day roster for the Minnesota Twins. Appeared in 3 games before he was designated on April 13th. He was picked up by the Boston Red Sox. They didn't do their homework. And a pitch. Line drive left field. Should be an easy play for Bosch, and he puts it away. But the Twins do some damage here in the top of the 4th inning, scoring 3 runs on 5 hits. They lead 2. They bat 8 in the inning, 3.5 complete. Twins are leading 6-1, and you're listening to Twins Baseball. Brandon Inge will lead off for the Tigers, bottom of the 4th. Twins are up 6-1. They've already pounded out 10 hits. They got 2 in the first, 1 in the third, and then sent Max Scherzer to the 3-run 4th inning. They pounded out 5 hits. Almost batted around. Inge takes the pitch from Baker, and it's low ball 1. Brandon Inge went down swinging in his only at bat. 256 average, 2 home runs. He's driven in 11. Those 2 home runs came in 1 ball game the other night at Texas. And Baker right back, pitch outside and low, 2 balls and no strikes. Well, Brendan Inge, kind of a neat story. He's a guy that came up as a catcher with the Tigers. Swung on him, hit well to left field. Delman Young to the sack, to the fence, and gone. 3rd home run for Brandon Inge. Going to try to get back in it. Now they trail 6-2. Cookie, a fastball right down the heart of the plate. Baker fell behind, 2 balls and no strikes. And he came middle half in, and boy, Brandon Inge hit that ball high and deep into the seats over the bullpen in left field. Ryan Rayburn will bat. Rayburn playing second base. He went down swinging in his only at bat. Pitch up and in. Almost hit him. Rayburn played left field last night, is at second base here tonight. Rayburn, big error last night, allowed to 1 run. And Baker again right back, and that pitch is up and away. Not a good inning for Baker. Or at least it's not starting off good. He's fallen behind both hitters now, 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0. It's high, 3 balls and no strikes. Mauer out in front of home plate, trying to encourage Scott Baker to kind of get back in the groove. Well, I asked my partner in between innings if he had a feel for the game, and he said yes. Lights out. Baker's going to just come out and shut the door. There's a 4-pitch walk. Second walk issued by Scott Baker, and that's not going to sit well with Rick Anderson in the dugout, and the batter's going to be Alex Avila. Avila walked in his only at bat. Well, time for some Chop Talk. Sporting events and tender, tasty pork were made for each other. Well, maybe not all sports. Barbecue ribs and gymnastics. This doesn't sound right. For hundreds of great recipes, we'd like you to see theotherwhitemeat.com. Avila did not play in the ballgame last night. Getting the start here tonight. Runner at first in Rayburn. No stolen bases. Pitch in there for a strike. Avila taken all the way. And the Detroit Tigers, 6 stolen bases, caught 5 times. And Leland said he was going to try to do a little bit more running, but when you get thrown out 5 times in 11 tries, I think you're going to slow down a little bit. And a pitch fouled off down the left field line. Avila in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Santiago due up next. Twins are leading 6-2, out hitting the Tigers 10-6. Twins won the first of this 3-game set last night, 2-0. They committed 3 errors. The Tigers did last night. Twins just had 5 hits, and they also left 12 men on base. Short lead at first, and a pitch. It's low. Got the plate, but low. A little matchup tomorrow afternoon. Twins is going to send Carl Pavano 3-1 against Dontrell Willis. Willis 0-1. And a pitch fouled off left side. Avila having a good at bat. Well, it looks like a little bit better crowd here tonight at Comerica Park than last night. They left the ballpark last night. They got Hockey Town down the street here, and there was a buzz with the Detroit Red Wings taking on the Phoenix Coyotes, and they smoked them. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Foul tipped into the glove of Maurer, so there's the first out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 4th strikeout for Scott Baker, and the batter's going to be Ramon Santiago. Avila coming in, hitting just 107.
As you stated, quite a bit of excitement for the Red Wings, and we will go into Cleveland, where there'll be excitement for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They won their opening series. They're going to play Saturday just across the street at the Quicken Arena in their opening game of their series in the semifinals of the Eastern Conference.
Pitch in there for a strike to Santiago, and we have a night game Saturday.
Yep.
And they play Saturday night, I believe.
That place will be buzzing across the street.
You know what I think, John? Let's try to get LeBron James's autographed jersey.
That'd be pretty good.
We can send a note over and see if he'd mind donating one. There's a ground ball up the middle, up by Hardy. Rayburn pulls up at second base, so Santiago gets a base hit, keeps the inning alive. We'll go to the top of the order for Austin Jackson. Santiago has 2 hits tonight. He's playing shortstop. Kind of a situation with Adam Everett, former Twin. Everett nursing a little bit of a tight hamstring. He's gone through all the drills today in batting practice and a lot of ground balls, running some of the bases. But cold night, they're going to go ahead and go with the hot hand in Santiago. Austin Jackson led off the bottom of the 1st inning with an opposite field double, and he scored on a base hit. Breaking ball in the dirt. Nice play by Maurer. So 1 ball and no strikes, 1 out. Twins need something on the ground. Jackson runs extremely well. Be tough to double up. Twins are leading 6-2. Tigers trying to get right back in this ballgame. Pitch low and away. Maurer setting up inside, and the ball was down and away. So 2 balls and no strikes to Jackson. Jackson coming into action was 5th in the American League in hits with 27. Cabrera, first baseman, is first. He has 20. Pitch is low and away. 3 balls and no strike. A little walking around in the dugout. Gardy talking with Rick Anderson right now, and Andy just kind of putting his hands in his back pockets. And I'm not sure if they're talking about the bullpen right now rather than let's see if we can get Baker back in line and throwing some pitches over the plate. 3-0. I'm sure he's taking it. He is. And it's in there for a strike. That was a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Rayburn's the runner at Thiago, the runner at first. A leadoff home run by Brandon Inge here to start the bottom of the 4th. Pitch on the way. It's in there for a strike. Infield, outfield straightaway. And Baker steps out briefly. Leans in. As Maurer goes through a set of signs. Checks the runner. Rayburn at second. They're not running. The pitch is high and outside. Yeah, Gardy talking to Anderson, and now Rick Anderson's going to make a slow trip out to the mound. 3rd walk tonight, 2nd this inning for Scott Baker. They're going to huddle up on the mound. Infielder's going to make the trip out there as well. So the base is going to be loaded for Johnny Damon. Damon, infield base hit in the 1st inning, extended his 14-game hitting streak to 15 games. Johnny Damon at 329. He has not hit a home run yet. He's driven in 8 runs. Well, Johnny Damon, kind of a late sign, and some guys were saying that the Yankees offered him a 1-year deal at around $14 million. I didn't hear about it. And he turned it down. He was looking for a multi-year deal, turned it down. The Yankees went and picked up Wynn with the San Francisco Giants. And they got Granderson from the Tigers. And Damon signed a 1-year deal here. Swung on and missed. Tardy swing by Johnny Damon. And he just got a 1-year, $8 million deal here from the Tigers.
Isn't his agent Scott Boros? And I think they went around and around. Damon was supposed to sign with Tampa Bay, sign with the Tigers.
0-1 pitch again, swung on and missed. Boy, Baker blowing it right by Johnny Damon. Came after him with 2 fastballs, and he's been tardy on both of them. Johnny Damon, 6 grand slams in his career. But here, he's in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Baker could use a strikeout. Here's the pitch. It's high. Johnny Damon thought about chasing it, but 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bases drunk here. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Twins are leading 6-2. And Baker gets the sign. Roxon delivers. Ground ball right side. Hudson fields it, and his only play is at first base. Rayburn will score with the 3rd run. Damon will be the 2nd out, and the Twins now lead 6-3. Hudson had to go to his right. He fielded it, spun around, looked at second base, and realized no chance to get the runner at second base. Jackson, who was running well, so gathered himself, made the right play, and got the out at first base. Maglio Ordonez will be the batter. Ordonez so far tonight, he's 2 for 2. He's driven in a run. swings at the first pitch and fouls it down the right field line. Ordonez at an opposite field double his last time up. Advanced to third base on a wild pitch. Right fielder Ordonez bats. Runners at second and third and 2 down. Baker from the stretch. Line drive, base hit, right field. Kubel on one hop. They're going to send Jackson, and he's got to get down. The throw not in time. 2 more runs score, and now the Tigers trail 6-5. Well, Ordonez going the opposite way with the pitch. Thought Kubel might have had a chance. The ball got out there so quickly. Fielded it on one hop and made a good throw. It just upped the line a little bit. So Ordonez 3 for 3, and now dangerous Miguel Cabrera steps to the plate. Cabrera 0 for 2. He's into a double play and grounded out to the third baseman. Hughes way back at third, near the line. Ordonez gets a lead, and it's swung on and fouled back. Boy, big cut by Cabrera. Now the Twins scored 3 runs in the top of the 4th inning on 5 hits. And the Detroit Tigers have answered right back with 4 runs here so far in the bottom of the 3rd. They're not done. Swung on and fouled down the right field line.
I want to go back to that Johnny Damon at bat. If Hudson had been able to go to second base, but like you said, his momentum was carrying him toward first. He thought about going to second. That runner would have been at third now instead of home.
I think Baker, when he fell behind Brandon Inge coming out to start this inning after your team gave you a 6-1 lead, he fell behind 2 balls and no strikes, gave up the home run, no problem there, but then he walked the next batter, Rayburn, on 4 pitches. Pitch down and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think that was the key at bat, because he wasn't even close to Rayburn, who's only hitting .212. He was 0 for 5 in last night's ball game. Cabrera bats with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ordonez at first. Long inning for Scott Baker. His pitch count now at 78. Curveball in there for a strike 3, and boy, Cabrera got locked up, arguing a little bit with home plate umpire Gary Darling. Darling's going to walk away from Cabrera. They pick up 4 runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and now the Minnesota Twins trail 6-5. Chris Atterbury, scoreboard update next, and you're listening to Twins Baseball. Steps to the plate against the left-hander Brad Thomas on in relief for Max Scherzer. Thomas came on with 2 down to retire Joe Mauer to end that 3-run 4th inning. First pitch in there for a strike from the left-hander right back. Little breaking ball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Tomei with a 2-run homer in the top half of the 1st inning. 568, swung on and foul tipped into the glove. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Tomei just 1 behind Rafael Palmeiro. He has 569. Here's the 1-2 on the way. Swung on, hit well into right field. Ordonez coming over, and he's going to have to back up and field it on 1 hop. So Tomei with a leadoff base hit. Solid knock for Tomei. He has 2 hits now tonight. In the back, Kadire. Kadire had a double, scored a run his last time up. Just tuning in, Twins lead 6-5. They got 2 in the first, 1 in the 3rd, and 3 in the 4th. The Tigers, they got 1 in the bottom half of their 1st inning, and they put a 4 spot on Scott Baker in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Pitch to Kadire is low, ball 1. Kubel due up next. Tomei not being held on at first. He doesn't run all that well. Outfield very deep on Kadire. Pitch outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Now Scherzer started for the Detroit Tigers. Went 3 2/3, gave up 10 hits, 6 runs, all earned. Did not walk a batter and 3 punch-outs. So he's in the clubhouse, icing up. Swung on and lifted to center field. It fairly well. Jackson back on the warning track in front of the fence, and he'll put it away. Nice play by the center fielder. That ball was scalded to straightaway center field. Sign says 420. That had to have been hit every bit of about 419. So Kadire will be the first out. And the batter's going to be Jason Kubel. Looking forward to watching a lot of baseball by the center fielder in the Tigers uniform, and that is Austin Jackson. Young, exciting player. He can fly out there in center field. And with this ballpark here, you need somebody that can kind of roam around. Kubel bats. Thomas, the left-hander, delivers, and it's check swing on a pitch down and away. Did not go around on it. And they said, yes, he did. Paul Emo, and that's usually coming from the dugout late that coaches ask the home plate umpire to check for him, and he finally did. 0-1 on the way. Fouled straight back. Kubel's in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. On top of the 5th inning, it is time for a U.S. Bank email of the game. Jay Meyer sends this. What does it mean when they say that a pitcher paints on the black? Well, if you ever look at a home plate, it's 17 inches wide, and then they have about an inch of the plate. The border of it is black. And Thomas checks the runner, delivers. Ground ball, right side. Tough play by the second baseman, Rayburn. He goes to second base and a force out. Tomei at second base. So Kubel reaches on a fielder's choice. And usually when a pitcher is pitching well, he's pitching on the black.
Yep.
And that's what the umpire says. That's what, and they turn around and ask, where was that pitch? They might reference it to the right on the black, which is the border of the plate. Pitch to Delman Young is fouled off.
I went to baseballjargon.com. It says pitches at the edge of the strike zone. A pitcher who can paint consistently may be referred to as Rembrandt or Picasso and can be said to paint the black or paint the corner. And like you said, there's that little black edge that is on the edges of the home plate, and that's where the term comes from.
But that is not considered part of home plate.
No, it's not.
And but if you throw the ball there consistently, and that's what the umpires are going to do, is they're going to give it to the pitcher. What I always saw was the umpires, when they come out to start the ball game, they'll take their cleat or their shoe and kind of dig out that black part on the plate, and then they wipe it off every time. Delman Young bats, no balls and 2 strikes. He taps this one, fouled on the third baseline. Kubel's a runner at first. There's 2 down. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Remember Durwood Merrill?
Oh, yeah.
They turn around and say, Durwood, that ball's outside. He goes, no, it's a Hall of Fame pitch. You say, Durwood, this guy's making his major league debut. He doesn't have a Hall of Fame pitch. Thomas, the left-hander, delivers strike 3 on the outside corner. There's it on the black.
Yep.
Twins just get 1 hit. They leave 1. 4.5 complete here at Comerica Ballpark. We got us a ball game. Twins lead 6-5. You're listening to Twins Baseball. Energy reminds you to go for the safe play every day when it comes to overhead power lines. Be aware of what's above and stay at least 10 feet away at all times. Excel Energy, responsible by nature. We're going to start the bottom of the 5th inning. I guess we're still having some technical difficulties, and we want to apologize. But we're hoping that Kyle Hammer, our crack engineer, can take care of it and get it taken care of. Bosch leads off for the Tigers. First pitch swinging. He laces this ball into the corner in right field. Kubel tracks it down. So a leadoff double by Bosch. His first hit of the evening, and he is the tying run now at second base. At activity in the Twins bullpen, and I'm not sure how far Gardy's going to wait. He's on the top step. He's making a bit of a step.
He's going to go to the bullpen.
He's popping out.
Yeah,
Alex Burnett, and he did.
Yep.
So that's it for Scott Baker. And Baker doesn't think that he's called out there yet, but the gate is opening up, and now he's going to hand the ball off to Ron Gardner. Nothing exchanged there in that meeting. Well, Chris Atterbury is going to give us some more scoreboard updates. Twins lead 6-5 with the tying run at second base. You're listening to Twins Baseball.
Hi, I'm Justin Morrow. My wife and I recently bought a new home. Since we plan...
Well, back here at Comerica Ballpark, Gardy not happy in the dugout right now, having to come out and get Scott Baker. At one point, the Twins were leading 6-1. Detroit Tigers coming right back. We talked about our U.S. Bank email the game. If you'd like to participate in it, we ask you that you send us a question to John and Dan at twinsbaseball.com. And listen up, because if we use your question, you're going to have a chance to win U.S. Bank home run porch tickets. It's U.S. Bank, all of us serving you. Well, Burnett's going to come on. This is his 6th appearance. No wins, no losses. So Burnett has a chance because Baker did not go the 5 innings needed to qualify for the win. He's going to face Brandon Inge. First pitch in there for a strike for the tying run at second base. Now, Burnett's been pretty good. He's pitched 7 1/3, given up 6 hits, just 2 runs. He has walked 3, and he's got 10 punch-outs. This is a guy, I think, that when Condrey comes back, Burnett might open some eyes. Ground ball to shortstop, going to be able to advance the runner to third, and retires in first base. So Inge does his job in moving the runner over to third base, and now it's going to be up to Ryan Rayburn. Try to tie this ball game up. Gardy's going to go ahead and have the infield play in for Rayburn. Rayburn walked his last time up, came around and scored when the Tigers scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bosch, the tying run at third base, reached on an opposite field double. And a pitch in there for a strike. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Burnett kind of sneaky fast. A little stocky body out on the mound. A quiet kid. Not afraid to pitch inside. 0-1 on the way. Up and in. Almost hit him in the face. Right-hander getting the sign from Mauer. Sets at the belt, checks the runner at third, and delivers. Swung on a miss. Nice little cutter. 87-mile-an-hour. Good location down and away from Rayburn. Twins looking for something on the ground, maybe even a strikeout, infield pop-up, and the pitch down and in. Good little sinker. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, just 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Gorgeous evening at Comerica Ballpark. This is the 2nd of 3 that the Twins are playing against the Detroit Tigers. Tomorrow's an afternoon ball game. Pavano going against Dontrell Willis. 2-2 pitch. It's on the way. Fouled back. Boy, got a pitch to handle and fouled it into the netting. Tiger fans trying to get behind their ball club. A little polite golf clap and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Good pitch by Burnett. Got Rayburn on a fastball inside. Couldn't catch up to it, so Rayburn's the 2nd out. Avila will be the batter. Avila struck out and has walked. Good pitch by Burnett. Scott Baker. And a right-hander from the stretch delivers, and it's outside and low. Six runs, 11 hits for Minnesota. 5 runs on 9 hits for the Tigres. Sets and delivers. Low, kicks away from Mauer. 2 balls and no strikes. Avila taking his time, getting in the box. Bats here with a count of 2 balls, no strikes. Tying run at third base, 2 down. Swung on and lifted down the left field line. Delman Young gives chase, but it's going to slice foul. 1 ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Twins Baseball. Two balls, 1 strike. Avila bats. Number 8 hitter for the Tigers. He did not play in last night's ball game. Ground ball crisply hit to the shortstop, knocked down by Hardy. He's going to gobble it up, and he'll retire Avila and the Tigers. Good pitching by Alex Burnett. They get 1 hit, they leave 1. 5 complete at Comerica Ballpark, and the Twins are leading 6-5. You're listening to Twins Baseball. Leading off for the Twins in the top of the 6th, it's going to be Hardy, Hughes, and Denard Span. Twins hanging on. They lead 6-5. At one point, they led 6-1. Well, Scott Baker's numbers are done. 5+ innings. He gave up 9 hits, 5 runs, all earned. Walked 3, had 5 punch-outs. Hardy steps to the plate. JJ 0 for 2 takes a pitch on the outside corner from Thomas. Thomas's 3rd inning of relief. First pitch in there for a strike. And Thomas right back. Line drive, base hit, right center field. This ball's going to scoot by Ordonez. He doesn't run hard after it. Now the center fielder's going to come over and get it. Hardy's going to trot into second base with a leadoff double. Good piece of hitting by J.J. Hardy. Picks up his 3rd double of the year. I got a bad scouting report on Magglio Ordonez, and saying that he runs a lot better this year, and I just haven't seen it. He's allowed a couple balls to get over his head. Watched the Tigers in pregame today. Didn't work on too many fly balls in right field.
Sure didn't look like that ball was going to go all the way to the wall.
I didn't think so either, and it wasn't hit all that hard. Story of the night is Luke Hughes, his first big league at bat, opposite field home run. They're whooping it up. What do you think they're cooking on the Barbie down in Australia, John? Pitch to Hughes inside, ground ball to Inge. Inge knocks it down, crisply hit, on target throw to retire Hughes. Boy, scalded that ball. And I was talking to Luke Hughes before the ball game. He was playing some cards in the clubhouse with Drew Buter, and I asked him if he knew Brad Thomas. He said yes. Said he played with him, played against him, and I said, what'd you do against him? He said, first pitch, he threw it behind my head. So I said, all right, you know what you do now is you're going to bunt up the first baseline. When he goes to cover first base, you run up the back of his heels. And he elected to swing the bat, and he crisply hit it to Inge. So now the runner, Hardy's still at second base for Denard Span. Span had a base hit on up off speed pitch in the dirt.
I remember Brad Thomas, when the Twins let him go in Fort Myers, he just walked across the street to the Boston Red Sox. And the Red Sox picked him up.
Well, they picked him up on waivers.
Yeah.
And that didn't work out very well.
No.
Checking the runner, Hardy at second, and the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Now, Thomas, you know, he's a left-hander, John. He's serviceable from Sydney, Australia. He's 32 years of age, so he's a left-hander that has bounced around. He's got some big league experience, plus he's played over in Japan. Played in winter ball. Ground ball with shortstop. Easy play by Santiago. He hurries up his throw, but Hardy's going to advance to third. Span will be the second out. Hudson bats.
Well, the connection is Rick Knapp. Napper remembers him from the time that he was pitching in the Twins minor league system, and also briefly with the Twins in the. And I'm sure Napper probably contacted him, or maybe Brad Thomas or his agent contacted Knapp and said, "Hey, why don't you give this guy a fling in spring training?"
Well, don't forget, Knapp was in charge of all the minor league pitchers.
Yes, he was. He was the coordinator.
He was the coordinator, the pitching coordinator for the Twins for, I want to say, like 12 or 13 years.
Oh, yeah, a long time.
So he knew all the pitchers that came up. Hudson bats. Takes the first pitch outside and low. So, yes, he probably knows the track record on this kid and feels that, I can work with him a little bit. But at the same time, it looks like he's more suited for kind of the mop-up role, come in there when we're getting beat up, try to hold these guys, rather than a 7th, 8th inning situational guy, swung on and missed. He's not going to scare you on the pitcher's mound. He doesn't throw all that hard, 90-92.
Similar story would be Mike Maroth, whom, Stu Clyburn had seen down in winter ball this year and had pitched well for him and said, "Hey, give him a try in spring training."
Well, that's how it happens.
Sure.
You
right.
see somebody that looking for a job. 1-1 on the way to Hudson. Inside for a strike. Boy, Hudson didn't think so. Maurer in the on-deck circle. Twins are leading 6-5. Out hitting the Tigers 12-9. Lead-off double by J.J. Hardy here in the top of the 6th. He's at third base with 2 down. Hudson in the hole, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Left-hander delivers. Swung on and missed. Pulled the string on a changeup. Picks up his second strikeout in relief. Twins get 1 hit. They lead 1. 5.5 complete. Twins hanging on. They lead 6-5. And you're listening to Twins Baseball. Bread is a proud partner of the Minnesota Twins. Country Hearth Bread, the toast of the Twins. Now, bottom of the 6th inning, Comerica Ballpark. Gorgeous evening here tonight. Gorgeous afternoon here in Detroit. Temperature at 53 degrees. Nice little fleece night. Number 9 hitter for the Detroit Tigers, Ramon Santiago. He has 2 hits here tonight. He scored 1 of the 5 runs for the Tigers. The hitters 9-1 and 2. Alex Burnett on in relief for Scott Baker. And Burnett delivers a little off-speed pitch, stays high, ball 1. And the right-hander, right back, fouled into the netting. 1 ball and 1 strike. Santiago, shortstop for the Tigers. Got a good one in Adam Everett. These 2 guys here, they kind of play every other day, or maybe play 2 games. Did a couple games. Burnett delivers and it's in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just tuning in, Scott Baker. 4+ innings. He gave up 9 hits, 5 runs all earned, 3 walks. Had 4 strikeouts. At times, Baker looked good. Swung on and popped up. Shortstop Hardy, Hughes. And it's going to be Hardy calling for it, and he'll put it away. So Santiago pops it up. He's the first out. Austin Jackson steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He's walked. He scored 2 runs. We got half-price student tickets are available every Wednesday night for Rasmussen College Student Nights at Target Field Grandstand and U.S. Bank Home Run Porch tickets. View tickets are just $9 with your student ID. Visit twinsbaseball.com to secure your student tickets. Pitch to Jackson is in there for a strike. Twins got 2 runs in the top of the 1st inning. Opposite field 2-run homer by Jim Tomei. Batting in the number 4 spot. Outside corner for a strike. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Tigers got 1 back in their bottom half of the 1st inning. Twins took a 3-1 lead with an opposite field home run by Luke Hughes, his first career at bat was an opposite field home run, breaking ball in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Twins added 3 more in the top of the 4th, led 6-1. And then the Tigers sent Scott Baker to the shower, scoring 4 runs on 3 hits. Baker got hurt. He walked 2 in that inning. Pitch just outside. Boy, just missed the outside corner. Evens it up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Double barrel action in the Twins bullpen. Neshek and Mayhay warming up. Ground ball up the middle. Will sneak through. Hardy's going to field it, but no chance to throw on Jackson. Burnett tried to field it. He tried to just put his glove behind his back, so Jackson picks up a 1-out base hit, his 2nd hit of the night. This kid's a threat to steal. He has 3 stolen bases on the young season. And Gardy's going to go ahead and pop out with the left-handed hitting Johnny Damon. So he's going to go to the left-hander Mayhay. So Burnett, good effort here, and he's going to be relieved. This pitchy change here in the box. It's good to hear a former Twin. Troy Hunter getting a 3-run homer, helping his ball club out. They needed. The Angels kind of scuffling a little bit.
Did you see the play last night?
I did not.
Yeah,
I heard you talking about it.
Hunter hit a little ground ball right back to the pitcher, and the pitcher took a swipe at it. I can't remember who was pitching for the Indians, and the ball ended up, when he took a swipe at it, up in the air, and ended up in foul territory between first and home. And the ball took a bounce up, and Marsan, the catcher, was hustling down the line for a backup, picked the ball up and threw on to first base, and it was a 1-2-3 scoring play to retire Hunter.
Well, that'll be on the blooper.
It'll be a web gem for quite some time, I'm sure.
Well, Mayhay on. This is his 6th appearance. He has no ERA. He's logged 5 2/3. He's just given up 3 hits. He has 7 punch-outs. So he's on here to get Johnny Damon, the left-handed hitter, with Jackson, the runner, at first base. He runs well. I think 2 things here, and Mayhay can keep Jackson close at first. Mayhay rocks and delivers. There's a pitch in there for a strike. Boy, good fastball. On the bottom of the top of the 6th, I forgot the Mets are really on target right now. The Mets swept the Dodgers for the first time in 15 years. Who's on target? It's brought to you by Target. Well, you'll find everything you need to enjoy outdoor baseball back at Target Field. Target, expect more and pay less. Jackson with a good lead at first. Damon fouls it off. He's in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. I made a note that Ned Colletti, the general manager of the Dodgers, did a radio show, and somebody asked him a question, and he says he didn't point out one player, but it happened to be center fielder Matt Kemp. But he was directing it toward his whole team. He's just not seeing the good effort there. They're kind of playing baseball. They went to Joe Torre with it, and Joe Torre, the best at it, kind of just stayed on the fence and didn't go one way or the other, just outside on a fastball.
Mets are in first place. You think they're stealing the headlines and the back pages of the papers in New York over the Yankees?
No, I don't.
No?
I think the Yankees are always going to get the headlines.
All right.
But, you know, John, I'm hoping that the Mets do fairly well. So I hit down the right field line. It's going to hook foul. You know, they got some good players. I think they went out and spent the money on Bay.
David Wright. Jose Reyes.
Yeah, Reyes coming back. He hasn't played for a long time. They're still waiting to get Beltran back.
Yep.
Their center fielder. And, of course, Yohan Santana.
He's pitching real well, I'll tell you, real well.
Mm-hmm. Well, Johnny Damon bats here. 15-game hitting streak. He got a hit in the first inning from 14 to 15. A little soft toss by Mayhay over to first base. Going to get Jackson back there. Well, they need it, John, because I looked at some of their ball games, and they're hurting for attendance. And I think if they start winning a little bit, the fans might come out a little bit more. Mayhay sets and delivers to Damon, and it's high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Twins leading 6-5. 22 hits so far tonight. 12 by the Twins, 10 by the Tigres. Twins need something on the ground. They can turn the double play. Boy, Kubel playing down the line in right field. Pitch on the way, and broken bat fouled straight back. Boy, the barrel back. Past Hudson out into shallow right field.
Mets have that new phenom, Ike Davis, who's been playing well at
The first
base.
baseman.
Yeah,
he got a home run, John.
Yeah, he's a phenom. You know, he's a guy like an Austin Jackson. He's going to make some waves in New York.
Well, they like him. They think that he's going to be a superstar first baseman. Big kid. And he hit a bomb. They felt that he's got some incredible power.
We see the Mets, you know.
Yes.
At City Park.
Yeah, we go there 2 times, almost like back-to-back trips.
Yeah, one to the Yanks and the other to the Mets.
The crowd coming to life here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mayhay sets, runners going. Here's the pitch, swung on and lifted into left center field. Long run for Denard Span on his horse. He's going to track it down. Jackson, and then drops it. So Jackson started to go back to first base, and now he's only going to be advanced to third. Gardy's popping out. He's going to argue that Jackson came around second. He started to go back to first. And I think Gardy's arguing that he had the ball and he was pulling it out. Denard Span was pulling the ball out of his glove.
He's checking with third base umpire Paul Emmel, who had the call. He was the umpire that went out to left center field.
If you think he went out, John, he stayed right there on the foul line.
You know what? He did not go out. You're right. He should have.
Well, Gardy went out there and he talked to the second base umpire. The second base umpire said, hey, it wasn't my call. He pointed to the third base umpire. Now what they've asked to do is they've asked everybody to huddle up. But still, it's the third base umpire's call. And the umpires are in between the pitcher's mound and second base. Boy, it almost looks like one of those football huddles.
Yeah. And in the replay, Denard had the ball in his glove. As he started to take the ball out, it fell out of his glove. It's a very, very questionable call. It's almost one that you would like to review to be able to, make the call, but you can't do that.
Well, Gary Darling is the crew chief here, the home plate umpire, and he's doing a lot of dialogue. The second base umpire, and those two kind of shook their head no. So now they're coming back to the third base umpire, Paul Emmel, whose call it was supposed to be. And Gardy's telling him right now, make sure that you get out there and you hustle out there to make the call. The ball was hit well. The runner was off and running. I think Gardy's got a beat on Austin Jackson, and that he rounded second base. Nope. Because he came around second base and started to go back toward first base. And he put his foot on the bag, took one step toward first, and then left his foot on the bag and went back to third base.
And Gardy's got a legitimate argument on Paul Emmel, too. He really does.
Gardy got caught.
Ah, boy.
And it's kind of it's almost like he didn't want to toss him, but he had to toss him.
First ejection of the year for Gardy, and the 48th in his career. He had 6 last year, and he gets his first here. You see the ball in his glove. Then you see as he starts to try to take it out, it drops out.
Yeah, and when Gardy's been tossed and the Tiger fans are on their feet, but watching the monitor,
there's no question that Emmel is nowhere near in position to make the call.
Nowhere near.
Nowhere near.
But Gardy came back to home plate umpire Gary Darling, who is the crew chief, and he told him, well, Scotty Olger's taking over, and now with the batter Ordonez, he's going to have to come out, and he's going to take out Ron Mayhay, and he's got Neshek to face Ordonez.
Span has been charged with an error, the 3rd error of the year for the Twins, and Denard's first.
Well, we'll come back and talk about this a little bit more as Chris Atterbury. Hope you have some more scoreboard updates. You're listening to the Twins baseball. Pat Neshek is on for the Twins. Neshek, his 6th appearance, 4 1/3. He's just given up 2 hits, no runs, 4 punch-outs. He has just walked 1, so he's on in a tough situation to Ordonez. Tying run at 3rd, and Jackson go-ahead run, and Damon at second base. Neshek sets and delivers, and it's inside a breaking ball. Well, John, do you think that the play here, because watching the replay, Denard Span got there, tracked it down. He slowed down, caught the ball, and as like you said, he went to transfer the ball from his glove to his hand, and it fell out. Pitch up and in. Almost hit Ordonez.
He made a one-handed catch.
And I'm not saying he tried to flip it out of his glove into his throwing hand. going into it, and it missed his hand and came out. And the rule states, I remember one time when Ken Griffey Jr. caught a ball in the old Kingdome, running in straight away from center field, pitch inside, 3 balls and no strikes, and they may pitch around Ordonez to go after Cabrera, 3 balls and no strikes. It was the 3rd out of the inning. He came sprinting in, caught it, and flipped it out of his glove to the umpire.
It's an illegal catch.
And the umpire jumped back and let that ball hit the ground, and he said no catch.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yes. The rule states you have to pull the glove or the ball out of your glove. 3-0 pitch up and in. He walks on 4 pitches. That'll load it up, but it sets up the double play. So here's a guy we can double up. Get the ball in on his hands. He has not got the ball out of the infield so far. He hit into a 5-4-3 double play in the first. Hit the ball to the third baseman on the third. Struck out looking to in the fourth. So Neshek, bases loaded, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Still, I'm going to have to go find out because Gardy initially came out and went straight to second base umpire Bruce Dreckman and asked about the transfer, and he pointed to the third base umpire. Pitch to Cabrera, and it's high, ball 1. Boy, Cabrera looks very dangerous right here. And you think there's any carryover effect from last night in that home plate umpire Paul Immel ejected Denard Span out of the ballgame last night?
I would say not. It's just that Immel didn't get out there. That's what happened.
Breaking ball inside, boy. 6 straight pitches by Pat Neshek. They're not going all over the plate. You have this guy take one, Johnny.
Yeah, after 6 in a row.
2 balls, no strikes. And Neshek delivers. Ground ball, foul on the third baseline, boy. The crowd pretty much quiet up until now. And they're barking at that third base number. Boy, you're Paul Immel right now. You're saying, come on, hit the ball the other way. Keep it off. I don't want to make any more calls tonight.
You know, back to that Span almost catch. When Gardy went out there, second base umpire Dreckman, he made the call before Immel made the call.
Yeah, but he was calling safe on the base runner going around second. Pitch. A breaking ball that hits Cabrera in the left arm. Boy.
There goes Scotty.
Well, I think Rick Anderson was barking at Scotty Olger, telling him to get out there. Boy. And this turn, John, because you don't see Neshek that wild.
No.
And he's had problems with a knuckle on his throwing hand. And it does look like Scotty Olger is going to take the ball from Pat Neshek. Chris Atterbury, give us some more scoreboard updates. You're listening to Twins Baseball. Oh, thanks a lot, Chris. And it is going to be right-hander Jesse Crain. Jesse Crain will be the 4th pitcher out of the bullpen here tonight. It started with Scott Baker, 4+ innings for Baker. Gave up 9 hits, 5 runs all earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Alex Burnett, 1 1/3, 1 hit. He's been charged with 1 run earned. Did not walk anybody, had 1 punch out. Mayhay, not retire a batter. Neshek came on, and Neshek threw 7 pitches. And on the 7th pitch, he hit Miguel Cabrera. And it forced in the tying run, and that's where we're at, 6-6 with bases loaded. Batter's going to be Brennan Bosch. He's the left fielder. He had a double his last time up. And they like this kid. He's a left-handed stick. He's a tall, lanky left-hander. Swings the bat fairly well, but the base is juiced right now for Jesse Crain. Kadire and in at the corners. Twins need something badly on the ground or a pop-up in the infield. Crain, the right-hander, gets the sign. And the pitch going on, hit well to right field. Over the head of Kubel. He's going to hit play it off the wall. 1 run in. Here comes Ordonez. He's going to score. It's a double. And now the Tigers lead 8-6. first pitch hack, and it was a double. Second double for Bosch tonight, and he picks up his second and third RBI of the year. Well, that happened fast. Whew. Cabrera advances to third base. And the batter is going to be Brendan Inns. Well, you can close the book on Mayhay. He did not retire a batter. He gave up one run. I believe it's going to be earned. And a pitch to Inge. Swung on, hit well down the left field line. No chance for Delman Young to get this one. Cabrera's going to score. Here comes Faust. He's going to score. And now the Tigers lead 10-6. Two pitchers. Back-to-back doubles on two pitches. Two RBIs for Inge. No mulligans here, huh, John? None. Now, here's where you need to move somebody's feet. Too many things are happening right now for the Detroit Tigers. Pitch from Crane. It's a breaking ball. It's in there for a strike. Eighth batter here is Ryan Rayburn to bat here in the bottom of the sixth inning. 5 runs in, and now they've broken it open. They lead 10-6. 0-1 on the way. Line drive down the left field line. This ball might have a chance. It is off the wall. Into a score. Rayburn to second. 3 doubles in a row, and the Tigers now lead 11-6. Back-to-back doubles. And Avila steps to the plate, 9th batter to bat here in the bottom of the 6th. That was a breaking ball. Avila all over it. I'm sorry, Rayburn all over it. Now, Gardy's been ejected. Scotty Olger, Rick Anderson kind of pieced this thing together, and looking at their bullpen, nobody warming up now. So Crane may have to suck it up and give some innings. Pitches up and away. Ball 1. Still just 1 out. Right-hander shuts and delivers. Up and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Going to the off speed. That was a straight changeup. Thirteen hits now for the Detroit Tigers. Twins have 12 hits on the board. Still in it. Still have 3 innings. We're just in the bottom of the 6th. Swung on and looked at the center field and hit well. Denard's fan back in front of the warning track. He'll put it away. Rayburn's going to tag up from second base, so Avila will be the second. Santiago will bat. Santiago started this inning off with a little weak pop-up to the shortstop, J.J. Hardy. Spent 4 hits in the inning, 1 walk, 1 hit batter. As they batted around, Crane delivers. Pitches high, ball 1. One ball, no strikes, and 2 down. 6 runs here for the Tigers. The bottom of the 6th, ground ball pulled foul. Tom Brookins coaching first base. Andy Van Slyke was the first base coach for the Tigers for a number of years, let go. So Santiago bats. He is 2 for 3 on the night. Count of 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball. 1 hopper to the second baseman, Hudson. He'll retire. Santiago as the bleeding stops for the Minnesota Twins. 6 runs on 4 hits. They lead 1. 6 complete. Tigers lead 11-6. You're listening to Twins Baseball. It's time of the Minnesota State Lottery 7th inning scratch. 833 Twins is the number. After you dial it, you need to hit 0 followed by the pound sign. If you're on the 7th caller, guess what? You're going to win $50 in Twin Scratch tickets. You must be 18 years of age to play. We're going to ask you to show us some ID when you call. It's the Minnesota State Lottery where everyone is playing. Phil Koch, left-hander for the Detroit Tigers, on here to start the top of the 7th inning. New left fielder is going to be Don Kelly. And the new broadcaster for the Twins here to start the top of the 7th. Twins trail 11-6 to the Tigers. For more play-by-play, here's John.
That was a blitz. Wow. I mean, a real blitz. And
couldn't find the medical kit to stop the bleeding.
You really could not. I mean, to tell you, needed more than a medical kit on that. 6 runs, 6th inning. And the Tigers lead it now by a score of 11-6. And Phil Koch is on for Brad Thomas. Thomas did a nice job as he held the Twins at bay. 2 in the 3rd innings. He gave up 2 hits and no runs. He didn't walk anybody, and he struck out 2. Well, the Twins now have Jesse Crane in the game, and he is the 4th pitcher out of the pen. And he was the 4th pitcher in that 6th inning. The Twins had 4 pitchers out of the bullpen. Burnett started it, then Mayhay, then Neshek, then Crane, and now here we go to the top. Bauer leads off for the Twins to be followed by Tomey and then Kadire. And the Twins trying to get back in. They trail by 5. Most runs scored against the Twins this year. Kansas City had scored 10 in a previous game. Here's a fly ball to left, and Kelly, the new left fielder, waiting on this one. He'll make the catch, and Koch retires the first batter he faces. Joe Mauer, there's 1 up and 1 down. Mauer is 1 for 4 today. Well, the Tigers have some offense. They come into the game number 2 in batting in the American League. They have had 6 doubles tonight. They've now hit 62 doubles. They're 2 shy of tying the team record for most doubles in a game. And Phil Koch now as he faces Tomey. And here's the lefty's pitch. And Tomey will take a strike. The fastball is in, 0-1. Koch with the Yankees last year. He came over in the trade that brought and Koch to the Detroit Tigers. And the Tigers in turn sent Curtis Granderson to New York. Here's Koch as he pitches, and he is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. He's been a nice addition to the club, especially when Bobby C. went down. Bobby C., a lefty who's been with the Tigers for about 3 years. And C. is on the disabled list right now and has not pitched since late March. He went down at the end of spring training. Tomey with a home run, a hit, and a strikeout. He's 2 for 3, and here's the pitch. And he backs away from a breaking pitch and falls in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Twins have 6 runs on 12 hits. They have an error. And the Tigers have 11 runs on 13 hits and no errors. Koch works to Tomey at a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the lefty delivers in a swing and a miss and a breaking pitch. Strikeout for Koch and 2 down for the Twins. Here's Michael Kadire to bat.
And John Koch came over from the Yankees also in that, was it the 3-for-1? Curtis Granderson going. They got Austin Jackson, who was a top prospect with the Yankees. And then, of course, Ian Kennedy. Kennedy, in turn, went to Arizona. He came over from Arizona. But
yep.
Didn't Edwin Jackson also went over too?
Yep. And Scherzer came along with another pitcher who is now pitching at AAA with the Toledo Mud Hens. It was quite a deal. That was probably the blockbuster deal of the wintertime.
That could be Ian Kennedy. You wonder if you get a uniform from the Tigers, you're traded from the Yankees to the Tigers. Tigers ship you out to Arizona.
Yeah. Swing and a miss by Kadire. And it'll be a 1 ball, 1 strike count to Michael. 2 down, nobody on. Twins batting in the 7th inning. And I have it 11-6. Koch has retired 2 in a row. And the lefty ready now as he faces Kadire. Here is the 1-ball, 1-strike delivery, and a cut and a miss. A nice changeup. Good off-speed pitch that went away from Kadire. Coke spells his last name C-O-K-E. And he works from a set as he pitches to Kadire at a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the set by the lefty and the 1-2 delivery. A cut and a foul by Kadire. Went back behind home plate. Michael tonight is 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. The Twins at one time were leading in this game by a score of 6-1. Tigers erupted for 4 in the bottom of the 4th to come within 1. And then they just blitzed the Twins in the 6th inning. 10 men batted. And they lead it now by 5. And the pitch, Kadire swings and fouls. And the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Michael. Tigers had just 4 hits in the 6th inning. They were helped along by an error charged to Denard Span. A walk. Nishak walking Ordonez on 4 pitches and a hit batter. Phil Coke ready as he faces Kadire with 2 away and nobody on. Twins in the 7th. And the pitch. He got him. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on an off-speed breaking pitch. 2 strikeouts for Coke. The first 1-2-3 inning of the game for a Tiger pitcher and for any pitcher for that matter. As the Twins go out in order, 3 up and 3 down in the top of the 7th. Roush saved the game last night. Get your coupon at cariboucoffee.com/twins. Twins saves fueled by Caribou Coffee. Leadoff batter for the Twins in the 8th inning as the Twins trail by 5 against Phil Coke as Jason Kubel. And the first pitch from Coke for a strike, and it's 0-1. Well, unless the Twins get busy here in their final 2 at-bats, looks like we might have the rubber game of the series tomorrow afternoon with Carl Pavano against Dontrell Willis from him. Twins tonight are 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Coming into the game in the last 2 games, the Twins were 2 for 21 with runners in scoring position. Their average dropping to 244. Here's Coke's pitch. Kubel swings and lines a base hit in the right field. 1 hop in front of Ordonez. Jason Kubel has his first 3-hit game of the year. And he is now 3 for 4. A leadoff single to start things here in the 8th. And Delman Young will bat with the runner at first and nobody out. That's the Twins' 13th hit of the game. Twins have now had 10 or more hits in 10 of the 21 games they played in. Their high hit total for the year is 15, so they're just 2 shy of that. And here's Coke now to Delman Young. And a pitch to Delman. Strike is in, and 0-1. Checking some scores in between innings. And Danny, we're looking at that White Sox-Rangers score. 5-3, the Rangers are leading. White Sox trying to come back, but boy, Chicago, they're really struggling at the start of the year. A loss for the White Sox tonight, and they'll fall to 8-13. A little ground ball hit to second. 1 play for Rayburn to first. That'll retire Delman Young. On to second is Jason Kubel, and the Twins will have a runner at second with 1 out and J.J. Hardy to bat.
John, I'm not sure what's going on with that club over there. I'm a little surprised what's happening because we thought that they were going to have some pitching.
Yeah.
With Burley, of course, and then either the other guy.
Jake Peavy.
Peavy, I think he might be hurt, and they have Danks.
Peavy hasn't won yet.
No.
Yeah, and he won't win tonight. Even if the White Sox come back and win, he wouldn't get the victory. He's out of the game. Here's the pitch now to Hardy, and it's low, 1 ball and no strikes. But the White Sox, a team that everybody expected to challenge for the Central Division, and there's no reason to think that they still won't challenge. There's still 5 months and a week of baseball left in the season, and of course anything can happen in the first month of the season. But the White Sox are certainly off to a very, very slow start. Here's the pitch to Hardy. It's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1.
John, we've got to see back-to-back series with the Kansas City Royals, and what I saw in Kansas City, I didn't think that, nothing's going to happen or change. And even if they do get on a little bit of a roll and fairly well, they hit the ball. They put the ball in play, no question about it. I just don't think they have the pitching to be able to maintain. So if they do get on a roll, they're just going to get to maybe 500.
Hardy swings and lifts a fly to left. It's deep. It's at the track, and Kelly is there to make the catch. J.J. will be out number 2 for the Twins here in the 8th inning. Detroit leading 11-6. But, you'd like to see a little consistency, and, boy, you certainly haven't seen it from the White Sox as yet in the first 3.5 weeks of the season.
I agree, John, and I think that, Chicago has too many holes defensively. They're not a good defensive ball club. Kansas City, not a good defensive ball club. Cleveland, a young team. I think they're going to make some mistakes. We're playing the Detroit Tigers right now. They're leading the American League in errors. So this is not a good defensive ball club. But at the same time, each team can get on a little bit of a roll, and how far do they carry that? Because the Tigers are going to get on a roll. They swing the bats well. I think that the Chicago White Sox are going to get on a roll, and they're going to rattle off maybe 9 out of 11, something like that. It's just a matter of where they're at in the standings when they do that and how well the other teams they're trying to catch are playing at that time.
Well, the White Sox just finished sweeping the Seattle Mariners. Then they go down to Texas, and if they don't win tonight, they'll drop 2 in a row to the Rangers and started their road trip. So it's just amazing that Chicago's not off to a little better start, especially with their strong pitching. Oh, here's a swing and a miss by Luke Hughes on a pitch that nearly hit him. Down and in the dirt from Phil Koch, and Hughes is in the hole now at no balls and 2 strikes.
I know it's early, John. 2-6 for the Chicago White Sox on the road.
Yep.
Okay. Something's wrong there. You got to at least play 500 if you're a contending team on the road. I'm impressed with the Minnesota Twins. 8-3 going into action tonight on the road, 6-3 at home. So you have to play a little bit better than that. Tampa Bay, impressive. 1-1 on the road.
If there are 2 teams that are making a statement in the early portions of the season in the first 4 weeks in the American League, the 2 teams are Tampa Bay and Minnesota. Swing and a miss by Luke Hughes on an off-speed pitch. A strikeout for Koch, his 3rd of the game, and that'll retire Hughes and the Twins as they're out here in the top half of the 8th inning. No runs ahead. Kubel is left at second base, and the Twins strand Kubel at second. At the end of 7.5, the Tigers are ahead of the Twins 11-6 on your home for Twins baseball. Valverde will come on to pitch for the Detroit Tigers here in the top of the 9th inning. Valverde, who came to the Tigers as a free agent sign from the Houston Astros. He had been with Arizona, had back-to-back years of saving over 40 games with Arizona and Houston. He saved 47 with Arizona in 2007 and 44 with Houston in 2008. Last year he had 25 saves in just 52 games. He was on the disabled list with a right calf strain for a good part of the 2009 season, from April till June. And he will pitch the 9th inning, taking over for Phil Koch. Koch goes 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and he struck out 3. And now Valverde will try to put the finishing touches on a Tiger win here as the Twins bat in the top of the 9th inning, trailing by 5 at 11-6. Denard Span, Orlando Hudson, and Joe Mauer are the 3 scheduled batters for the Twins here in the top of the 9th. Denard is 1 for 4 tonight. And the pitch. Strike is in, and it'll be 1 ball and 1 strike to Denard Span. Denard, boy, he's had a lot of success against Tiger pitching in his career, and a lot of success at this ballpark. Coming into tonight, Denard Span was hitting .459 here at Comerica Park. 28 hits and 61 at-bats. He likes hitting here in the pitch. Down low, 2-1. Day game tomorrow, Twins and Tigers. We'll be on the air at 11:40 with the lineup card. And first pitch at 12:10 Central Time. Twins move on to Cleveland for a 3-game series. Tomorrow it's Pavano against Willis. And then on Friday night in the opening game of the Indian series, Nick Blackburn against Fausto Carmona. Strike is in, a fastball across. 96-mile-an-hour fastball from Valverde. And it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to the left-handed hitting Denard Span. Valverde ready as the right-hander works from a set, and here's the pitch. Up and in, 3-2, driving Denard Span off the plate. Valverde, just 32 years of age, from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Broke into the big leagues with Arizona in 2003. Went over to Houston in 2008. In a trade from Arizona to Houston. Now the set by Valverde, and here's the payoff pitch to the left-handed hitting Span. The pitch down low, ball 4, and a leadoff walk for the Twins. That'll be the first walk given by a Tiger pitcher tonight. And now Orlando Hudson will bat. Twins batting in the 9th and trailing by 5. And Valverde facing Hudson, who bat left-handed against the right-hander. Hudson tonight, a couple of hits. He's 2 for 4 with a run batted in. Twins at one time led 6-1 in this game. They now trail 11-6. And Valverde delivers outside a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, looking at my lineup card, every Twins batter has a hit tonight.
Yeah.
So not over yet. Valverde, boy, he's going to sure take his time to get it right.
He's struggling a bit here for command. He walks Span on a 3-2 pitch, and now he's behind Hudson at 1 ball and no strikes. Valverde pitching to Hudson, and here's the pitch. It's down low and in, and 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, Valverde's got to understand that the Twins batters are going to be taking.
Yeah.
And he's throwing that split finger.
Cabrera not holding Span on at first base. Mauer on deck, and then, of course, Jim Thome to follow. And Valverde now at 2 balls and no strikes to Orlando Hudson. Right-hander Valverde ready. From the belt, here's the 2-0 delivery, and a strike at the knees. And strike. Tiger win tonight. They'll be 12-10, and the Twins loss 14-7. And the Twins would still hold a 2.5 game lead over the Tigers in the Central Division. And the pitch, high and wide, 3-1 the count, and Valverde really struggling for a strike pitch. Here's the right-hander Valverde as he works now to Orlando Hudson. 3-1 delivery and a swing and a fly down the left field line. Kelly to the chalk line to make the catch. Fair ball catch by Don Kelly in left field to retire Orlando Hudson. One away for the Twins, and Joe Mauer will bat. Twins trail 11-6, batting in the top of the 9th inning. Mauer steps in, 1 for 4, and 1 for 9 in this series. Joe started the series last night. He was just percentage points off leading the American League in hitting. And now he's dropped to the number 5 spot, and perhaps even further down with a 1 for 4 effort here tonight. Mauer looks at a strike at 0-1. Valverde, the right-hander, works to Joe Mauer with Span at first, and here's the pitch. Swing! He's got a piece of a split finger and fouled it back, and Mauer now at a count of 2 strikes, 1 out and 1 on. Twins batting in the top of the 9th inning. The Twins were leading 6-1 when the Tigers scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning to come within 1. in the fifth inning. Alex Burnett came on after a leadoff double given up by Scott Baker, and Baker, here's the end of the game. A line drive right back to Valverde. He caught it. Span trapped off the first is going to be out on a 1-1-3 double play. Valverde could have had an unassisted double play there. He took a line drive and caught it right in the pocket of his glove. And that retires Maurer. He went over to first. Underhand flip to Cabrera to get Span and double him off. And the Tigers have squared the series here as they win here tonight. Twins in the ninth inning, no runs, no hits, and nobody left. Final score here tonight, Detroit 11 and Minnesota 6. Chris Atterbury standing by with an update on the Download, the Twins post-game show. Following our game broadcast. Chris, what's up?
I think.
All right, Chris, we'll look forward to the Download coming up as the Twins drop this one by a final score of 11-6. The Twins now 14-7, while the Tigers are 12-10, and the Twins holding a 2.5-game lead over the Detroit Tigers in the Central Division. We'll wrap it up from Comerica Park right after this on your home for the Detroit tomorrow afternoon. Here are the totals for the Detroit Tigers: 11 runs, 13 hits, no errors, and 7 left. That's the most scored against the Twins in a game so far this year. The Tigers with a win, 12-10. For the Twins, who fall to 14-7, 6 runs, 13 hits, 1 error, and 6 left. Brad Thomas, a former Twin, gets the win. He is now 1-0. And Ron Mayhay takes the loss. He's now 0-1. That's Brad Thomas's first Major League win as he claimed it in relief here, going 2 1/3 innings and giving up just 2 hits. He struck out 2. The loss to Mayhay, he's 0-1. There was no save. Home runs in the game: Jim Thome homered for the Twins, homered for the Tigers, and for Inge, it was his 3rd home run of the year. Inge had a big night, 2 for 5 with 3 runs batted in. The attendance tonight, 19,900, and the time of game was 3 hours and 8 minutes. 3:08 was tonight's time of game. Kyle Hammer's been our game sign engineer. For the Dazzle Man Dan Gladden, I'm John Gordon. Stay tuned. There's much more to come with Chris Atterbury and the Download, the Twins post-game show, following our game broadcast. Chris is standing by with the Download, and it's all coming your way very shortly. From Comerica Park in Detroit, the final score of today's game, it was the Detroit Tigers 11 and the Minnesota Twins 6. So long, everybody. You're listening to Minnesota.